digger, kiss the death, friend, protect your neck. Shame on the three boys in the Cadillac, grave digger. Money over on my headstone. Here lies young, getting paid, but never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on a headstone. Too late, you already live right now.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cousins now to throw on first down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Listen to me. Yellow, yellow. Ready, in there. Yellow, yellow.
On play action, Cousins. Going up top. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Cousins now. Now they go screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Throwing is Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 13 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith.
We all know how important momentum is in a game, and when an offense decides to take a deep shot downfield, they're trying to create a big play and put doubt in the defense's mind the rest of the ball game. And in this case, the defense won the battle, batted the ball away deep downfield. So guess what? The momentum now quickly shifted from the offense taking the shot to the defense knocking it away, and now they feel like they might be in control.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense out.
No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw is Cousins. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And they'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And that was a nice catch, and if the goal was to get into field goal range, it certainly appears that they accomplished that.
Well, and sometimes that's what you dial up in these situations, right, when you want 3?
Well, if the goal was to get into field goal territory, even though it'll be a long attempt, I think they accomplished that.
And sometimes you have plays for that. It's not always a first down when you want 3, get a little bit closer, making it easier shot.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to concede to the defense, and they know what you're trying to get done, and to try and get any more than that is almost folly. Take what you can get, maybe have an opportunity to put 3 points on the board.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
That ball's caught. Aguilar, right side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, it's Wentz. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On the carry, here's Clement. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Ertz has it left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Play action. Now Wentz. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. On play action, it's Wentz. Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous.
Here we go.
Out of his end zone, Cousins. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One thing you're hoping for when you run draft. You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. He'll take it at the 42. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now a play fake. Wentz. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
On the line.
They'll run with Clement. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, here's Wentz. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete.
He's thrown one interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does. And that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Wentz. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mack. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Only a yard that time, second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Here's Wentz to throw. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Zach Ertz, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
Now Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. First down, here's the run with Cook. There he goes inside the 30. 20! And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Black.
Throwing is Cousins. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The kick by Carlson is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Stephen Weatherly in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Wentz going to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Everson Griffin in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Wentz. Looking deep for his tight end Ertz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at about the 28. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Second down, Cousins. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's third down. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. They run the counter with Cook. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Here we go. Yellow, ready, in there, yellow.
From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw is Wentz. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Griffin in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
81.
Now Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. They needed 14. They got 15 here on 3rd down. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body, ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Try to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
All right, now here we go, oh. Rhino!
Cousins now on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to make it third down and 10. Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Yellow.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I was in school, math was not my strong suit, but I did learn enough to know how to play cover 3. 2 corners and a safety divide up the field in thirds. On this play, the corner didn't get fooled by anything in front of him. Kept his coverage all the way down the sideline in the deep third position and makes the interception.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Win 5-3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now they try the right side here. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That catch good for 5. It's third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
The Eagles on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be third and 6. Working from the gun. Wentz. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down. Throw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And now out comes Minnesota. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. He's going to take another shot here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. The Vikings on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. yards. Well done on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Down the man inside, down the man.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. Some pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the gun, it's Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And now out comes Minnesota. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his...
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Mike Bennett in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Rhino! Zebra! Two!
Throwing, Cousins. And he's going to go down again. Brandon Graham in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Ringo! Move!
3rd and long for Cousins. Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Wins to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game. And he's got a 1st down.
Good chip. Waiting.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Wentz. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Parsons. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
Please 5-7. Please 5-7. 20. Here, over here, over here.
And they'll go on the ground. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll give it to him right up the gut. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Here we go. 20.
Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You
I
loved
did.
the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Eagles, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.